Okay, so this is the introduction for our Chapter 2 project. Basically, we're going to be building a tableless responsive calendar using HTML5 and CSS. And the main reason that I wanted to do a calendar was because many calendars that you find online are HTML tables. Okay, they're built using tables. And I personally, along with many developers, think that tables should only be used for tabular data. So things like things that you would use maybe a spreadsheet for, not for layout purposes. All right, so we're going to use pure CSS, no tables, and also we're going to make it responsive, so it's going to look good even if it's viewed on a mobile device. And you'd be surprised at the minimal amount of code that we'll use to actually make it render on mobile devices, because you'd think a calendar wouldn't render very well on a small screen, but we're going to change it so that it's kind of a different kind of calendar, like a vertical type calendar when viewed on mobile devices. Alright, so what we're going to do is create a page for 1 month, but you'll be able to easily replicate that month if you want to create a page for all 12 months. Alright, we'll not use any HTML tables, only CSS, and the calendar will be 100% responsive and will render on any device. Okay, so you see a little thumbnail of what it's going to look like. Basically, we'll have different cells, and these are not table cells, they're going to be list items. Alright, so basically it's going to be a big unordered list. Alright, actually a few unordered lists. Each row will be a UL. And then we'll have events, styled events in certain blocks, and you can see that months, days that aren't part of that month, we have a gray background just to separate them. Alright, so this project sections, the introduction, which is this video, then we're going to create the calendar page HTML, and then we'll do the event HTML, which you can see we have a few events here, and then we'll do the page CSS styles, so the main styles, and then we'll move on to do the responsive CSS, so it can render correctly on mobile devices. So basically what you'll learn is HTML5 markup, a table-like layout using CSS in unordered lists, and also box spacing, padding, and margin in media queries and responsive CSS. Alright, so with that said, let's move on and build a calendar.